And welcome to another episode of Taboo Talk featuring your very own pastor, me, Lady Charmaine Day. Today's show is guaranteed to be full of sensitive, intimate, natural conversations rarely talked about in the Christian community. So now get ready for your very own spiritual consultation. Are you ready? Great, let's begin. How are you doing, beautiful? I know you are special, marvelous, incredible, because those are all adjectives I would use to describe you. You simply are well put together and a breath of fresh air. And when God made you, He did something incredible. So let me give you a warm round of applause for being so wonderful and incredible. Yay! Keep doing what you're doing because God works through people and He's working through you to be a blessing to others. Well, today we are in for a treat. We have Dr. Michael Hargrove on the show, and he's an African American psychiatrist, one of the rarest things around today. And so you'll be blessed by having him on this show. And let me tell you, he's a living legend in his own right. He has his own business. He's a very excellent oriented doctor who believes in excellence for himself and excellence for others. Help me help you by welcoming this living legend, Dr. Michael D. Hargrove. Hi, Dr. Hargrove. How are you?
Hi, Lady Charmaine. I'm doing well, thanks. How are things going for you?
Things are going great. I can't complain. They're really special now that you're here.
Thank you.
So, Dr. Michael Hargrove, how did you decide that you wanted to be a psychiatrist?
Well, wanting to become a psychiatrist actually didn't occur until I was doing my different rotations in medical school. But I knew I wanted to go into the medical profession in high school. And so when I went to undergrad college, I took the prerequisites for medical school and applied to medical school and was happy to get in. So in medical school, during the third year, you do rotations through the different disciplines like surgery, obstetrics and gynecology, pediatrics. So when I did my psychiatry rotation, I fell in love with the discipline. It was, I knew it was for me. I received plenty of joy in doing that rotation.
What gave you joy?
Joy? The joy was, I took most of the other rotations before psychiatry. So psychiatry was about almost the last rotation. And what I enjoyed about it was that I was able to spend more time with the patients and actually get to know them and talk to them. And so it was different. In the other disciplines, you really didn't get to know the patients that well. It was more focused on their medical illness and diagnosing that and treating that. Whereas in psychiatry, there's a whole interview process and you really get to know the person to understand the dynamics of what's going on with their mental health. So I enjoyed basically more patient contact. The social aspect of it, I guess.
Nice. And so what made you go and start practicing in the Bronx?
Well, I grew up in the Bronx.
Oh.
So I definitely wanted to return to the Bronx and provide service for the community, a community in the Bronx. But I started out working in Brooklyn, and that was, I had to return a debt to New York State by working in a physician shortage area, which I did, and that was in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. I worked there first to pay back the monies the state granted me in order to help pay for medical school.
Okay.
And then once I completed that, then I came to the Bronx and was working with St. Barnabas Hospital, actually, and their affiliated mental health clinic.
Nice.
And while working there, I slowly transitioned to starting my private practice in the Bronx also. And I also worked in other clinics in the Bronx.
How does it feel being a business owner?
Oh, it feels great to make my own decisions, not having to answer to anyone but myself. It's a good feeling, and I'm a hard worker, so it all depends on what I do, how hard I work, and putting in the time and effort, which I gladly do.
Nice. How has psychiatry changed over the years?
It's changed because when I was being trained in residency, psychiatry residency, we were being trained to also do psychotherapy, to do medication management, but the primary focus was on psychotherapy.
Oh, wow.
But now, I guess insurance companies control a lot, basically. They have us focusing more on medication management and less on psychotherapy. So it's changed in that aspect very much.
A lot of people are scared about mental health issues because it has a lot of stigma and a lot of negative feelings around mental health issues. What do you say about the negative stigma surrounding mental health issues? Do you find it a problem in your work?
No, I haven't found it as a problem because people, when they come to me, they already want help. So they've accepted that something is not right. Maybe they're not sure what it is, but they know they need help. So when they come to me, they want help. So I really haven't had a problem. I know the stigma exists, but there are more and more people seeing that it helps their life by having good mental health. It helps their life as a whole by not only having good physical health but having good mental health. So they're real. I'm aware of it, but I haven't faced that problem.
That's good. And Dr. Hargrove, a lot of people are very interested in what your wisdom and pearls are for people for mental health goods. What do you recommend?
For good mental health, I'm sure diet and exercise help. But if I would say if someone's not feeling well mentally, don't delay in seeking help. You should seek help immediately, and I believe you'll be better off for that.
That's true.
So that I would say the main thing is to act quickly, to seek help quickly. Don't wait.
Excellent. Because early intervention is better, isn't it?
Absolutely. Good point.
Okay. And also, Dr. Hargrove, what do you do to stay mentally healthy?
I think I stay mentally healthy by working a lot. I actually enjoy working. So working a lot, working hard, I feel keeps me mentally healthy. Staying busy, being occupied, having very little downtime. I mean, I know how to enjoy myself. and I do take vacations, but I enjoy working. So that's working hard is therapeutic for me.
Excellent. Excellent. And for those people out there who are African American who are not getting help because they don't see people like you in their psychiatrists, what would you say to them?
Um, I would say still seek help, whether the psychiatrist is African American or not. You will receive help, and that's the bottom line. I do know cultural background can make a difference. Does make a difference. Having a cultural connection.
Mm-hmm.
But there are African American psychiatrists out there. Difficult to find, but we are out there.
I know, it's like a rare commodity. Dr. Hargrove, if you could tell your patients one thing to stay well, what would you say?
To stay well would be communicate, to not communicate how you feel, express yourself. People who are out there who can help you, find them, express yourself, and communicate. Don't keep it in, don't hold it in, because it will probably just get worse. So it is very important to express yourself. Don't keep it bottled in.
All right.
And talk to people, talk to professionals preferably, but if there are loved ones who you feel can be objective in talking to, you might want to try communicating with them.
That's good advice. Yes. And you told me before we started the show that you have 5 pearls of wisdom that you use. So can you please share that with the listening audience?
Okay. Well, one was what my father always told me, and that is to treat others the way you want to be treated.
Yes.
And I've always lived by that since I was a kid, and you can't get simpler than that. So that was one. The other one was I learned as I got older, and that is to strike while the iron is hot.
Yes.
And I learned when I was younger to not put all my eggs in one basket.
Wow.
That. And my parents always told me this, to save for a rainy day. And this is one thing I have lived by, because I didn't like growing up this way. And this is, I guess, more personal, but I never wanted to live paycheck to paycheck, because it's just too much stress. So to get around that is working hard, not turning down jobs. There had been times where I would be working 5 jobs a week.
Wow.
Because it's hard for me to turn down work. And I think that comes to, for whatever reason, when I was younger, it was just so hard for me to get a job. And I never forgot that. So I'm not one to turn down jobs, because I remember how hard it was to get my first job. I didn't get my first job until I was in the 10th grade. And I used to see I have 4 siblings. And during the summer, when school was out, you'd want to get a summer job, have some pocket money, pocket change. And my siblings would always get jobs, but I didn't get, I would apply for the same jobs, but I didn't get any jobs. Yeah, I don't know why it was difficult. I know I was a shy person, but still. So now that I can work and, I have something to offer, I do my best not to turn down any jobs.
Smart move. Smart move. That's a great advice. Great advice. And Dr. Hargrove, one final question for you.
Yes.
If you could leave one thought with everyone, what thought would you like to leave them with regarding mental health that you want them to know?
Mental health. If a problem with mental health is identified, you should comply with the treatment that the professionals recommend to you. So that if it is medication, take the medication as prescribed. If any problems, make sure you let your healthcare professional know about the problem so that they can be corrected. So I would say the main thing to do with treatment in mental health is to comply. Comply with what the professionals advise to you.
I know that sounds easy, but a lot of people find it difficult to comply with taking medicine. They're anti-medicine.
Yes.
What do you say about that?
Yes, there's a potential side effect with any medicine you take, whether it's prescribed or over the counter. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's also important to communicate to your provider if you're not feeling well on the medication, or if there's a problem with the medication, or if the medication costs too much. You should speak with your provider about any concerns, and then it can be taken from there. Any corrections, switching medication, any adjustments, something can usually be done to correct the problem.
Gotcha.
But the provider has to be aware of your concerns. And if the provider doesn't ask you about your concerns, then you speak up and tell the provider that you have concerns and you would like to express them.
All right.
But you should speak up for yourself and advocate for yourself too, if you're unhappy with anything.
Well, I tell you, that's the best advice you can give. Speaking up and speaking out and communicating with your provider, all negative side effects, all anything that's a problem, so that you can get the help that you need, which is really important. Would you agree, Dr. Hargrove?
Absolutely.
Okay. And Dr. Hargrove, can I get your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I enjoyed being here, and thank you for inviting me. And I hope more people will be open with what concerns them, and if they're not feeling right mentally, or if they feel their mental health is not where it should be, to seek help. The help is out there. You just have to seek it and advocate for yourself if you're unhappy with anything.
Okay. And Dr. Hargrove, what are your URLs or ways that people can connect with you if they want to reach you?
My Bronx office number is 718-365-5662. If someone wanted to reach me because they have a question, that's fine. You can call me there. If someone wants to talk about something related to mental health or anything I've said today, you can reach me at that number.
Excellent. Dr. Hargrove, I just want to thank you so much for taking time out your busy schedule to come today and share with us your wisdom and your background.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And Dr. Hargrove, I want to let the people know that you are an excellent doctor, and I highly recommend Dr. Hargrove. So if you want help, if you're in the Bronx or tri-state area, please look up Dr. Michael Hargrove, D Hargrove, for help. He's one of the best psychiatrists on the planet.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Well, we have come to the end of this episode. This show was done because you are very special, deserving nothing less than the very best. And that's why I brought Dr. Hargrove on the show to share with you his background, how he got into psychiatry, why he stays in psychiatry, and the things he recommends you do to get the best help from anybody who's a psychiatrist. He shared with you his wisdom, his point of view, and we were so blessed to have him on the show. Let me give him a warm round of applause for being so great. Yay! All right. Well, until the next time, I hope that you continue to see God's face in all that you do, and a wonderful life will occur for you. Taboo Talk Podcast featuring me, Lady Charmaine Day, exists to help you have the best life possible and for you to excel in life. I promise you, I will continue to bring subject matter experts like Dr. Michael Hargrove onto the show to help you so that you can grow and develop and raise to that next level. Well, till next time, take care of yourself. Stay special. Goodbye.